Hello, welcome to Young Reech Capital. This is Bitcoin going into the weekend, and that is the sound of thunder in the background. It's raining quite heavily out here in my city. What I'm looking at is Bitcoin on the 1 minute chart, just waiting for some potential reaction below this trend line so I can enter into my short position. We have been seeing some price manipulations going on. The bulls have been relentless, but as I'm looking at the price right now, it is looking like it wants to move down. And I will gladly take this trade live on the stream as soon as we get confirmation of a candle close below this trend line. We are not able to get that because I'm seeing some bullish reaction and buying pressure coming through as well. So we are just gonna have to wait. Precisely why I have put this footnote right here, just to make sure that we don't enter into the trade prematurely and we stay risk free on this trade. Just gonna have to wait for a confirmation to come through. So just let's see what happens with price action in the next few minutes. This is Young Reach Capital coming to you live with Bitcoin. All right, we are seeing this reaction and I am going to take this trade. I'm punching this in right now. All right, we have entered into the trade. This is going to be our stop loss. Quite volatile, so let's just stay as risk free as possible. If you notice, the price absolutely wants to move in the direction to the downside, but the buyers are not letting the price do that for some reason. It is quite frustrating for a lot of traders right now who are essentially stops taken out here, and we start trading above this level. I would be probably looking to just wait it out and see if we get an opportunity to take along here, because to be honest, we are at a resistance level. I'm not trying to necessarily get stopped out of a trade, even though we do have a lot of selling pressure coming through on this. Just gonna have to see what happens. This trade is with a very small capital. As I mentioned before, this is super volatile with Bitcoin going into the weekend. I'm personally not really liking the price action right now because of this extreme choppy situation that's going on. We're just gonna have to wait and watch, and hopefully the Bears win this round, because Bears have been losing out on a bunch of trades all the way, especially from yesterday's New York Open, which was this move right here. All the technicals and the momentum was to the downside, but the Bulls pulled it back and was able to start taking the pressure off to the upside, as they're doing right now. If you notice, there's no need for the buying to even commence out here. They are trying their best to squeeze out all the shots that are ongoing at this very moment. So playing a dangerous great game right now, and it's quite fun to watch. I'm going to be keeping this trade as risk off as possible. If you notice, we do have a lot of bearish divergence forming right here all throughout, equal highs. Just look at the pressure. There's a lot of pressure from the bears as well to keep the price below, especially this wick right here. If you notice, ever since we dumped here, we had this major reaction and then we dumped again. Now we're just unnecessarily chopping around. I don't see a reason as to this unnecessary choppy price action because it is inevitably going to dump to the downside sooner rather than later. The more these kind of price action develops, the more choppy price action that we are seeing right now, that it is signaling a potential move to the downside. It is inevitably going to happen, and when that happens, it's going to flush bad. And let me tell you, we are also at a quite a major resistance on the higher time frames, right? We are on a higher time frame, even though it looks like we broke out of this yesterday, we did not. So if you take a look at the previous history of BTC, we are at quite a massive level of supply right here, and the price is still somehow wanting to maintain its momentum to the upside here. That I would say is not really healthy for the price action. It really needs to cool off a bit for it to go higher. And usually, when things like this happen, the market tends to correct itself sooner rather than later. So, it's going to play out. So, I'm just going to let it hit my stops, and we're going to. It looks like we are not getting a good connection. I'm having some technical difficulties. It's raining pretty bad out here, pretty heavy. So, the rain has been causing some interruptions with the connection. Apologies for that. As I was saying, we are trying to squeeze out the short players in the market right now. I'm going to mute out these indicators to have a cleaner chart. So if you notice, we are definitely trying to manipulate the price above this supply zone because we kind of stalled out here. If you notice, we consolidated in this region and then we pushed up, but it this wasn't that great of a move, right? Usually when we break through from an area of consolidation, we get a pretty strong move to the upside. Usually if we measure out the zone of supply, if I have to be precise with my analysis right now, to take a look at this, this would be the consolidation zone, and this would be the move up into the consolidation zone. So technically, we would be looking at a target of, this would be the target price essentially, right? That's what we're looking at. 102 to $103,000 is where our target should be. And honestly, I'm going to be looking for a much stronger move for the price to go all the way here if we are trying to actually reach these targets. But to be really honest, I don't think that's the case because we are essentially manipulating the price right now. The market is finding some exclusive buyers because overall we have reached exhaustion on the market. Please be aware of this fact. We are starting to see a lot of divergent situation forming on this chart. If you notice, we are having lower lows on the RSI on the higher time frames when the market is showing higher lows, right? These are potential divergent situations. And what that essentially means is that either the market wants to really move up or it wants to move down. So let's see what happens, right? So as I was saying, I was talking about the divergent situations, right? So these are all what are known as hidden bullish divergence scenarios right here with these formations right here. This is what I would call as a hidden bullish divergence. But at the same time, I don't know why we are getting hidden bullish divergence scenarios forming on a higher time frame at resistance. So this all of this price action seems really funky to me. So I'm really alert right now. I'm just going with the flow, no doubt. To be really honest, this is not the kind of price action that I personally like to trade because it is super manipulative. There's unnecessary volatility, and the price action is not clean when we start seeing these exclusive buyers starting to rotate funds into BTC or out of BTC. At the moment, it looks like we're having a lot of bids to buy BTC, right? There are a lot of moves trying to squeeze out the short players. The market is short right now. So as I keep mentioning that we're gonna be quite heavy on the bearish side out here. The market is going to be resisting the price in this region because just look at this. This is a massive zone of consolidation, and from where we had this huge flush to the downside all the way to 74,000. That's a $20,000 move, right? $20,000 all the way from here. It's 20K, man. Just think about it. So whatever price action we're seeing here is going to dump to the downside. And as I'm seeing on the other chart, we're getting some potential bullish momentum. And now I'm going to take this short without a doubt. This is going to be my stop right here. I'm going to target this low and I'm just going to wait it out. This is a shot I'm definitely going to take live. The previous shot, I cut it with close to break even. So, all right. Now, this is a trade that I'm quite certain is going to go towards the downside because we're finally seeing some momentum forming. Even though we are getting these wicks, I'm really not too glad to see these wicks, honestly speaking. Let me tell you, this is the only way for the price to move now because it's exhausted way too long. The price has been exhausting for a long, long time. So, all of this you see right here is exhaustion because of the RSI. Look at this, look at the distance between these two peaks. That's some major exhaustion. Look at the levels, right? Between this peak and this peak and this peak. it's quite a distance, and it's quite a difference in the level. So honestly, this is all I'm seeing is there is a lot of exhaustion. Really gonna be taking the short. I'm only going to be looking for shorts out here, to be honest. I'm not going to be looking for any longs at all, because it would be uh, slightly crazy to be looking for longs at this place because of all kinds of exhaustions that have been happening on the chart, right? So let's just wait it out and see what happens. Honestly, this is my second attempt at this short, and looking at this price action, if we don't get full conviction on this short, which I really feel like it's going to happen, whether it's now or whether it's in a couple of hours, just as in when the New York session is balancing out their final orders. I really think we're going to get a flush to the downside today, or we might even manipulate to the upside. And that's going to be slightly funky because, as I said, we don't have enough juice in the market. I'm talking about clean price action for it to actually go to the upside in a healthy way, right? Whatever price action is indicating that it wants to go to the upside is essentially price that is gas. It's all gas. We, the market does not have any more fuel to actually go to the upside in a healthy way. We are starting to see exhaustion. That's all I've been saying, right? And continuously going to look for short trades in this region, because whether I get stopped out a couple of times, that's totally fine. Because I know for a fact once I hit this move on this short, I'm going to be targeting all of this liquidity that's sitting here. And of course, the liquidity that is sitting at this previous range high, which we still have not yet come into. To be honest, we really need to come into this liquidity and tap into this zone to be able to stay healthy with the price action, right? And also, I would be looking to take bids on for longs out here, because that's where I'm glad to be stationed to look to the upside. Because at the moment, or whatever we're seeing, it's just really funky price action, man. Let me tell you that. Look at this. It's just bouncing off of these two trend lines, essentially squeezing through. Past 2 days on BTC have been like this. It's chopping up unnecessarily, creating a really difficult time for traders to play the market. I am actually just really tired of this price action. I'm truly not really vibing with this price action right now, because the market is low volume for some reason. At the same time, it's manipulating heavily. Look at these swings that are happening in the 1 minute time frame. Just take a look at this. If I open up the 5 minute chart, actually going to cut this position out of this. So I'm not really liking what the price action is doing right here. I don't want to get chopped up anymore. Going to keep it simple and not trade right now. stay out of the market. That's the better way to go. It's the best way to go at this moment, actually, to just not take a trade and stay out of it. Wait for a full body candle close over here, take the trade. I would only, that is the only way. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult for the price to then go to the downside. Looks like it does want to go to the upside, or to be honest, I'm just going to wait and see where it goes. It's just doing its own thing. Look at this massive wick. This doji, right? This doji right here is super bearish. It's a next level bearish sign. Even after having this bearish sign, we are getting this strong bullish candle, right? So I would recommend not taking any trades at this moment. It is not recommended at all. Let's just stay out of the market until we get a good reaction below this trend line and we start closing a full candle below here. That is the only time I'm going to start looking for some short trades. Let it come through, let the price do its thing. Let's get a retest of this trend line, and that's where I would look to take a shot, right? So that's something that I'd be interested in to give me a much higher conviction trade. Otherwise, at this moment, let's just chill out and watch what it does. It's better to not take a trade than consistently get chopped up and take a loss. What's the point? Let's just relax, take it easy, and observe the market right now until we get a full confirmation whether you. So I might even look to take a long if we get a full body candle close above this, right? Because looks like the price is squeezing quite heavy right now, to both sides. If you see how it's squeezing in this range right here, we are in the New York session, so there is some movement of price coming in from both sides, from both the bears and the bulls. So let's stay aware and quick on our feet so that we don't get chopped up unnecessarily. It's better just stay away from the market during these times, to be really honest, and just chill out. That's all I would say. This is not the kind of price action that anybody enjoys, really. So it's best to just stay out of it. Right? Look at this wick. This is such a bearish sign right here. This is a massive wick on the 5-minute time frame. If I pull up the 15-minute, 15-minute is even more indecisive. Just take a look at that. What a wick. That wick is the entirety of this candle almost. It's like 75% of this bearish candle. And we're still seeing some bullish momentum. So this is the best evidence that you can get that the price is manipulating right now. So it's better to just relax, stay out of the market. See, we got a lovely bearish candle right here, and the price moved to the downside. Same thing out here as well. If you notice, we start seeing some hammer like formations or a spinning top formation, these essential bearish or bullish signs where these candles give the indication that it wants to go down. It does do that. Right now, we do have a candle that is signaling a move to the downside, but it's like the price action is being relentless. They are looking to manipulate Bitcoin. So please be alert. Do not trade at this very moment. We are super volatile right now on Bitcoin. I would say at an extreme. Bitcoin is at an extreme age of volatility. So please be aware of that. Market is manipulating. Do not take any rash trades. It's better to not take a trade rather than take a trade. That's all I will say. So, in the meantime, I am going into some altcoins and seeing if we have some potential setups. EOS. EOS looks pretty good as well. EOS looks pretty good. Pretty good. Wow, look at that. Had a breach of the trend line yesterday, and we did get a move of about 21% from Thursday at 9:45, just an hour or two after the New York Open yesterday. We've got a pretty good move on EOS. See, these are the levels that I had marked out on EOS. I had mentioned as soon as we break through this trend line on EOS, that's when we start seeing some potential bullish momentum. And we did see that precisely. Look at this. It's quite the move. Going to Sui. What's Sui doing? Yeah, Sui is also well within a range of resistance, which is what I had marked out. And look at the rejection right here. We are rejecting. We have rejected at the golden pocket as well. Sui. But it does look good overall. I would recommend Sui. Recommend some buys at these levels on Sui. These would be the only levels that I'd be looking to make buys. This is not a place I'd be looking to buy because the price is going to be choppy. As we're seeing, price is doing all sorts of nonsensical things in this region. That's also because Bitcoin has been trading really unnaturally, it, for a lack of a better sentence or a better word. Yeah, let's see. Dow. Dow looks pretty cool too. Oh, Dow looks really good actually. Just gonna quickly take a look at what it's doing on the higher time frame, the 1 hour time frame. That is beautiful on Dow. Wow. Yep. This is what a lovely trend line breach, trend line breakout. And this happened just today. Today, an hour after the London session, it's given a nice 12.8 points, 3.5% move. Take a look at Fartcoin and see what I had provided. Because as I had said, Fartcoin is another pretty good token to trade with in this market. It has been one of the top movers in this bull mini bull market, you can say. If you take a look at the lows on this, ever since I had looked at it was at the price of 70 cents, and from here to here that's a move of about 73%. That's a massive move, let me tell you. 5,000 points. You'll only get to see all this on altcoins, to be honest. So if I have to go through anything on the altcoin situation on Fartcoin, I know it's a funny token, but look at this insane bullish trend that's forming right here. Has already formed itself, and we still have a way more bullish situation to go. I'll be looking to tap into these levels right? Until we come back down into these levels. That's a possible scenario. Or could tap into this, create the cup and the handle, then go up. If there's any chart book in the entire world that will show you a cup and handle formation, look at this. This is one of the best examples of a cup and handle formation, right? So that's how a cup and handle forms. Just look at this beautiful move on fart coin. Absolutely lovely price action. Top class. I'm gonna get back to Bitcoin and see what it's doing. Let's just stay with it. Hoping that the price manipulations cool off a bit. Yeah, look at that. So just bouncing off of these two trend lines and creating unnecessary wicks, and yeah, it's nasty price action. All right, looks like the price wants to go to the upside. I have posted a disclaimer right here saying that the market is highly volatile right now. No trades today. So, which is precisely what I'm going to be doing is not taking any trades, just staying out of it. And yeah, it is tempting to place a long here, but knowing Bitcoin and its nasty price action during these manipulation legs, it's gonna just create an unnecessary situation of choppy price action and take my stop loss and all that kind of stuff. So it's better to just stay off the market right now. Better to not trade at all. Stay relaxed. Take it easy. Gonna just wait and see what the price action does. Until then, I will remain out of the market. All right. Slightly disappointing session today because of this weird price action today at the New York Open. All of this unnecessary manipulation forming itself. There is a potential long here if anybody is looking to do that. I wouldn't recommend it because of the current state of market volatility. It is super high right now, extremes. So I would recommend caution and staying out of the market at the moment. Let's be simple, clear, without any unnecessary moves. All right, looks like we're getting a breakout of Bitcoin on the trend line right here. So as I said, if anybody's looking to trade BTC, could be looking for a retest of this trend line and then go long. Make sure you wait for the retest. We might even get a dump below. This could be a manipulation, a trap. It's also what is known as an inducement. Please be alert. This could be an inducement situation on BTC that the market is inducing participants to take long here and then it starts dumping. Please do be aware that Bitcoin does like to do this kind of stuff. Also, as I said, it is a potential possibility that Bitcoin might be squeezing out all the shorts right here. We might be looking to target some much higher zones. So at this moment, I wouldn't be looking to take any trades, and I am actually just gonna take it easy for today. Um, I will be back on Monday for the New York Open. Hopefully, the price cools down by then, and we have way cleaner price action. We will absolutely look to find a good trade setup for you on this live stream. Unfortunately, today was extremely volatile, and I could not find the reaction that I was looking for on the trades setups that I took today. So it's better to stay off the market during such volatile events. No trade is better than a losing trade. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay off the market today, even though we are seeing a potential breakout, which I'm personally not really trusting this breakout. So I'm just going to do what my gut instinct tells me, essentially to stay off the market, stay off the charts, take it easy. And maybe I might go live tomorrow because I wasn't able to find a good setup today. So might go live tomorrow if I find something good. If not, I will absolutely be ready for the Monday live session at 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time or New York 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Hope you all have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves, trade safely, and I will see you all on the next one.